to say that.
Yeah.
See, so
I have a feeling we're about to get into a barbecue discussion.
oh, it's gonna be real too.
Ed is in Kansas City, and he wants to talk about a barbecue.
Oh, here it
Come on,
comes.
man.
Okay.
Hey, come on,
All
y'all.
right, Ed, go ahead.
Just stay afloat up there, Ed. What's up?
It's Trash Talk Friday. Let's go, Ed.
All right, now who was that said Tennessee had the second best barbecue?
The Carolina Hurricane Hockey Club.
Okay, well, let me ask you a question. I'm from Kansas City, and when you mention the name barbecue, in certain places in Kansas City that comes to mind worldwide. Let me ask them Hurricane people to mention the word barbecue and give me something that comes to mind in your city. Kansas City has the best barbecue, and I'm telling you, Kansas City and
You're getting some thumbs down in the room,
has
man.
the best barbecue. Yes, sir. I don't know. Those guys that said they think that they know barbecue, they don't really know barbecue.
Hey,
What do you guys think?
well, Ed, this is coming from Kirby. He said, we don't consider beef barbecue.
Ooh.
Now, see, that's it. You just proved my point. you just proved my point that they don't know barbecue. You guys have a good one and good luck to the Preds.
Man, there we go.
Hey,
Appreciate
thanks,
that.
Ed, man. Trash Talk Friday. Let's go.
See, man, them Carolina people ruffling feathers, man. Not only mine, man, and I ain't even got no feathers. I plucked mine and then put it on the grill and then put the sauce on it. See what I'm saying? It get real out here. It'll get real. It'll get real. Carolina was just a tad bit of vinegar.
That Kansas City barbecue
we don't
you can
use.
buy from a gas station.
Yeah, man. Listen,
Amazing.
man. Hey, man, they probably selling that right outside what is it, the Dean Smith Dome or whatever it is. Man, just be cool with that, man. Dean Smith Center. Be cool with that, dude. Keep basketball. Y'all challenge New York on the basketball and stuff like that. Y'all are a Southeast state. You don't know nothing about down south barbecue. Not barbecue. See, they'll probably call it barbecue. It's barbecue down here.
I will say, though, we've got to be careful on the levels of barbecue because I have enjoyed some Carolina barbecue from time to time.
I have.
I've really enjoyed some Kansas City barbecue.
Nah, Kansas City, that's a little different.
I've enjoyed some Kansas.
We've been out to playoff games. What is it?
Second
Jack
that.
Stack and Arthur Bryant.
Yeah. Then it's another
Where
one out there.
did
They
we
got the
go?
big
I forget
pit out
where
there
we
in the
were.
back. I forgot the name of it.
We went somewhere where Patrick Mahomes had walked in like a week before with his then girlfriend, and no one said anything to him. They just let him sit there and eat, and then he got up and left.
That's
and then,
real.
And then when he was leaving, he said, "Hey man, I really appreciate y'all allowing me to enjoy dinner with my girlfriend. Drinks on the house,
That's what.
or drinks on me."
See,
is
there
what he
you
said.
go.
And so he bought everybody drinks and left.
There you go. Now that's love right there.
That
That's
dude
love
is
right there.
awesome.
That is. That's
I'm
love
gonna
right there.
hating him, when the Titans play him.
Yeah, because we're gonna have to.
Because he's going to be running around. You're just going to be frustrating. But, yeah, Kansas and Memphis gold too. But
Yeah, Memphis is good. Tennessee thing. We do call it a Tennessee thing.
again, Carolina specifically said in the playoffs.
Well, and if you look at the rest of their tweets, I want to say they went down every single playoff, wasn't it? Every single playoff team, and said something positive about all of them. Like, oh, it's just not the playoffs without this
I
team.
just saw that, yeah.
Yes.
OmahaSteaks.com
Yes.
and enter keyword zone in the search.
Hey, you're back.
The air, but we got to keep
package
talking to this
today.
thing.
Not only will you get
Did that once this morning.
you'll get the tasty bonus.
Come
of
on,
12
Curb.
It's not us,
juicy
it's the
Omaha
Verizon.
Steaks burgers.
It's
free.
Kirby.
That's
It's
a
all Kirby's
We got
fault.
3 bars. We're good.
free burger.
I threw it
Do you think Kirby knocked us off the air, or do you think the Carolina Hurricanes knocked us off the air?
They probably hated on us.
No, that has Kirby written all over it.
Oh,
Let's be
okay.
honest. Look at him. Look at him. He's already making an excuse over there.
Oh, he's
it
full
wasn't
of
me.
excuses. Here's the thing.
I actually was on Zoom with Lucas Panzica earlier this morning when Buck was knocked off the air. And you know what I said? I go, Lucas, what's going on? I'm like, you guys aren't on the air. It's Kirby, isn't it?
No,
It's
that was
Kirby's
Lucas.
fault.
Lucas did that, man. He did. He's trying to make
Kirby's
me look
fault.
bad. I don't know why.
Don't give him your microphone.
My
Wait,
bad.
so
Get out of here, Kirby.
He doesn't need a voice on this show.
Curbs, there's a common denominator here.
Yeah. When
It's you.
Hey, if a team loses the game, does the coach get the blame? If a team wins the game, does the coach get the credit?
That's right.
You're the guy running the show.
Exactly.
So.
Coach. Coach Kirby.
Kirby, we love you, buddy. Carolina, we're already into it. Carolina tweeting out at Preds NHL, congrats on having the second best barbecue in the playoff field. Ed already called in talking smack about Kansas City barbecue. Kansas City not in the NHL playoffs, but I get your love for Kansas City barbecue.
That's understandable.
Yeah. I mean, if I go to Kansas City, I'm eating barbecue.
Who
No
I
doubt.
am.
No doubt.
You been fool not to.
It's okay. Yeah.
It's solid.
Good.
Nashville's
Right above
better.
average. Yeah.
Nashville's better, but I'm going to eat it.
But it's good. Yeah.
And Kansas City got
You know what? Kansas City's better than Carolina.
Come
Barbecue.
no
Hey, man.
question.
I didn't even know Carolina had barbecue. That's how.
Oh, really?
That's how
No,
far
it's
I'm
a
go.
big thing.
I thought they were cold-blooded for peanut butter and jelly sandwiches or something like that. 'Cause, barbecue, I ain't.
It is a big thing in
Hey,
Carolina.
Kansas,
it's
Kansas
just
City,
different.
Kansas City guy will cut you over barbecue though. Like
did
if you
hear
start
it's like
talking
the-
about their barbecue, they're
Yeah.
gonna be like,
No, they got a reason.
We're gonna
to.
go outside.
They got a reason to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Carolina, they do the vinegar, don't they? Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yep.
the Carolina flavored chips,
The
vinegar chips.
the potato salad is different too. It
Oh,
just
my Lord.
tastes
They probably put
different.
raisins in their potato salad. or
Oh,
something.
ooh. That's like frowned upon.
Yeah, that's
You don't do that.
Vinegar in the coleslaw as
Exactly.
opposed to mayonnaise.
exactly.
All right, let's go to
No,
Kevin.
are you serious?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, okay, there.
Yeah.
See, I'm a fool guy. I was about to say, Brent, I was about to go off on that one. Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
Let's go to Kevin, who might have some inside knowledge as to kind of what the Canes were talking about when they were in town for those last two games. Kevin, what's up? How are you?
How you doing, man?
I'm good.
I was actually working the locker rooms, and I got a chance to sit there and see an assistant coach, and I can't even remember what the goalie's name is. He's their starting goalie, but they called Romagnosi the F-word prima donna.
Oh God.
Wow.
That's like the largest form of disrespect to call a professional athlete a prima donna,
Prima
right?
donna.
That's cutting deep.
So, Kevin, you're out there saying it is Trash Talk Friday, and we're getting ready for this series. I mean, we're already ready to take these people to task over the barbecue comment, and now you're saying that a member of the coaching staff said that the captain, Roman Yossi,
Is a prima donna.
is an effing prima donna?
It was the assistant coach and the starting goalie. Again, I can't say his name. I don't know what it is.
See.
But they were both laughing about it, thinking it was hilarious.
Oh, they thought it was funny. Boy, I wish I knew how to skate.
I wonder. We don't need you to skate. We just need you on the glass.
No, I just need to run. I don't need to learn how to stop or anything. I just need to run dead smack into somebody.
Oh man, that's really funny.
Kev, hey man. Hey,
Thanks for the insight. Here you go.
Anything you need me to do, just let
Amp
me
'em
sit
up.
let me sit in the hallway where they walk out to. I sit Indian style with skates on, and just I act like I'm a little panhandler or something. I act like I'm not supposed to be there. But all I'm saying is, Kev, I get that opportunity, man, I'm gonna tell you, boy, I'm gonna have them boys fired up and ready to roll, man. And I'm gonna have Carolina hating it. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Right now.
Thank you, Kev. Appreciate it, man.
Thanks,
Appreciate it.
Kevin.
You talking to the same guy that sat
Slade needs
Indian
to-
style on the Thompson Bowling floor when we played Kentucky.
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, no, I'm serious about this thing.
Why did you do that?
Because the fans weren't cheering loud enough. So I said, I'm going to sit Indian style right here in this timeout until y'all start cheering.
I feel like Slade still needs to be playing something competitively. Like,
He's got it.
clearly, clearly this itch is not scratched,
No.
right? I mean,
And this is coming from Babs. So,
yeah, like this is coming from someone who has maybe a little bit of a feisty competitive streak in her.
I want it.
What do you got?
How are you going to call the captain an effing prima donna?
And-
I'm getting fired up, man.
I'm telling you, it's better off coming from the goalie That coach, see, that's what gets me.
An assistant
Come
coach
on,
saying it?
dude.
Yeah.
Come on,
The goal is
dog.
call.
Yeah, him.
That's him.
Yeah, then that's how I feel about him.
Are they going to be laughing when the Preds freaking bounce their ass out of the playoffs?
Nope, because I'm going to be launching stuff from wherever I'm sitting, and they ought to be trying to scurry off the ice. Dude, hey, man, I'm getting more and more, I'm finding myself deeper and deeper into this Preds war now. I'm telling you, Jackson
ready to roll on Monday night.
Started with Jackson. He set this fire. I'm ready to roll, boy.
Trash Talk Friday, always an ongoing process throughout the course of the show every Friday today. Presented by the Disc Center of Franklin. You don't have to live with back pain. Call the Disc Center of Franklin today, 615-551-9224.
Hey, do you remember? This reminds me of the Preds beef. Was it the Avalanche? Was it Colorado when we played and that beat writer wrote just the most ignorant?
Yes.
Will said, yep.
Yes. What was that?
Okay, yeah. It
Will,
wrote
do you
just
remember
the most
specifically?
ignorant.
Will you look it up? I'll give you a microphone.
Piece, blog, all of that.
I remember
on
that.
the Predators.
Really?
Yes, I still follow him on Twitter because I went at him a couple of times, but it was one of those just ripping the Nashville fan base for. I think he put out the newspaper article from year one of the Predators in this city. Year one, like the brand new franchise in a southern town, and it was basically kind of a newspaper article teaching hockey, right?
Right.
And put that out as an example of, hey, this is the fan base that this team's about to play. This is what you're. But then he went on and all the stereotypes that Preds fans have to deal with and live with nationally. Like he wrote about like it was still really a thing. Like not giving this fan base credit for what it actually is, which is an educated,
here's the thing,
passionate hockey fan base.
Wow.
And Slay, let's use Slay for example. He's learning the sport.
Yeah.
He's learning the rules. But you don't have to know the sport inside and out to celebrate a damn victory.
Yeah, no, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. And I'm gonna tell you what, man. I'm looking at you two almost with my jaw dropped, like as you're explaining these stories, and I'm feeling like somebody put y'all up to this. Because what, like you just said, I don't know
we're
the sport.
firing you up on Trash Talk
like,
Friday.
I'm over here really getting warm, and like I really want to do something. Like it's like
we're seeing how long it takes us to use the dump button on one of our own.
Man,
right.
I'm like, hold up, dude. Like the disrespect. I got first and foremost, I gotta get some Preds gear.
Yeah, we got to get you. Yeah, we got you covered there. Here, I'm going to give the mic to Will because he has. I forget the guy's name. The Colorado.
Well, here,
beat writer.
you know more than I do. He can take mine.
Well, I just remember us going. I remember because I want to say he followed me on Twitter too. So I remember direct messaging him and having conversations with him and inviting him on our show and telling him to hop on and talk about this or whatever, that we are not a show that's going to attack you.
Right.
It will be a conversation that our listeners will
about barbecue.
enjoy. Right. Unless you act like y'all have good barbecue or something. Then we might attack you. But I remember that, and I remember him saying absolutely not, and not even thinking about coming on our show.
So his name is Mark Kisla.
That's it, Kisla.
The Denver Post columnist.
That guy.
Who originally takes exception with a hit by Ryan Johansson in a 5-2 win for the Predators in Game 1.
Yep.
His tweet says, "Stay classy, Smashville. Cheap shot by Ryan Johansson to the head of Tyson Barrie deserves suspension. Column to be posted ASAP." In the column, he writes, "The city has dubbed itself Smashville. It's kind of cute, don't you think? Hockey is as fresh and exciting and sloppy here as an adolescent kiss.
Yes.
Wow.
Try to stay classy, Smashville. I know
He
it's
just
difficult."
went in.
So
Yes.
let's fast forward to when the Predators win the series.
Yes.
And Mark Kisla,
that was a
this was Game
beautiful thing,
7 on
Kisla.
April 19th, 2018. Says, up 3-1, Nashville is going to win this series, but Predators still look like cup pretenders to me. So he was a sore loser on the way out as well.
Yes.
He hit
was.
for the cycle of bad sports columnist takes.
Yes.
Wow.
And Actually, if you follow him on Twitter, he actually has quite a few bad takes. But
And he telling us stay
Yeah.
classy.
Did he
Yes.
forget about what Claude Lemieux did against the Red Wings in like their first year trying to win it when he slammed the player up against the boards and like caused him to go get reconstructive surgery on his face?
Yeah, I mean, you just
Yeah,
remember the
it's
things that
selective. Yeah.
you just remember the things that make
Oh, Ron,
you
look it
prove
up.
your point.
Wow.
Yeah.
I am the hump.
Thank you, Will.
Yeah, appreciate that.
I can't believe I forgot his name. That's how insignificant he is. But yes, I do remember that beef and that argument because I remember trying to get him on our show and
He
him
wouldn't do it.
declining. Yes.
615-737-1045 on Trash Talk Friday. We're fully into Carolina Preds Trash Talk.
Yeah, and they did this.
They did it.
this. We would have moseyed on into the playoffs, happy to be there. Now,
The
we
poor
gotta-
little
we- yeah.
22-year-old social media manager for the Carolina Hurricanes has just erupted an
Dummy.
absolute
Well,
war
Let me
over
put something out there.
barbecue.
Dummy.
Him and Kevin, who was around their assistant coach and goaltender, who called
Hey,
Roman
man.
Yossi an effing prima donna
Hey, man, now see, I
and laughed about it.
and hey. I'm telling you, when I told y'all I'm loyal to a fault. So now we done had Johansson on. I'm rolling with Johansson. And this is what I'm telling them people. Let me do the trash talking for you, especially that assistant coach, man. Put me behind their bench. Put me behind their bench. I'm telling you, I ain't going to get put out or nothing, but just put me behind the bench. I got them, man. Y'all handle the stuff on the ice.
We're gonna have to start
Hey, man.
a new kickball team or something. We gotta get Slay into some competitive
Hey, man.
business here.
No, man, I'm rolling with my guys, man. I got to give me now I got to give me a Johansson jersey and I got to give me a Caleb Farley jersey.
CJ
Yeah,
on
it
Twitter,
is.
speaking of rookies at camp today and tomorrow. Mm-hmm. They better get to work. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Going
CJ
down.
on Twitter at 3HL1045. You know the Hurricanes aren't wrong. We do have the second best barbecue in the playoff field. But what they fail to realize is we also have the first. Hashtag Trash Talk Friday.
I like it.
RJ
First
from
and
Phoenix.
second.
Is Kansas City in the playoffs, though? Because they said best in the playoffs. I think RJ's actually on hold right now.
Yeah, is that
right?
is that the same RJ from Phoenix?
That's my guy.
Hey RJ, how are you?
Hello.
Hi.
What's going on? I'm on the radio.
Hey,
Welcome in.
there we go.
First of all, man, congratulations, Slade, man. I already done told you, but, man, I'm proud of where you at because I know where you came from. I want to say I love dog, man. I want to smoke, and I got asthma.
Most
But I want to talk. I want to talk trash. I want to talk trash.
Kirby.
All of that. That's what sports is really. That's why I put my babies in sports anyway. So when those character traits come out in their real lives, when they talk about social issues and things off the court, well, that's what they've been instilled doing sports their whole lives. That was probably why their mama put them in sports, to get them thinking a whole nother way, get out the street, something positive. So when they use their platform for a positive way, and then somebody tell them to shut up and dribble, it really makes no sense to me, because all the things that we have instilled in athletes from babies are just coming out as adults when they have this platform. I think it's real silly when people say that. I'm listening on that app. If you could keep me on so I can hear what y'all say, I love you guys. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it, man. RJ in Phoenix.
There you go. Lay down the law. Laid the law down. So I believe he was saying that.
I was going to say, in full transparency, we lost connection for the very first part of his phone call, so I didn't hear him intro into what he was talking about.
Talking about a platform. I know we were saying platform. That's when we got
Well,
caught
and
back up with
we
it.
said we use Slay as an example. Slay's learning the sport, and it don't matter.
Right.
Wins matter.
Right.
And you in that video not dropping your beer until Ramon Foster attacked you mattered.
Yeah. Definitely. It definitely mattered.
So, yeah, we appreciate RJ. But,
My
yeah,
man.
Don's right. We locked out there for a minute.
I know. We caught him like mid, which it sounded like he was saying something really great.
Yeah,
and
RJ
I
was
didn't get to hear all of it. So.
Always
The
say that.
shut up and dribble crowd. So people telling, I guess, athletes.
people
to shut up
telling
and dribble and
athletes.
and then using your
Okay.
platform for what's good. Yeah, that's
I
what's
gotcha.
up. Yeah, and then leading to that, we got Alicia Clark on later on, but they had a great documentary last night about them using their platform.
Yeah, you were all in on
Dude,
that.
that was very, very powerful, and to see 144 women come together and stand for something like whatever it was. This right here was social injustice.
Schaefer 100 and win $100 in free bets when you place a $1 money line wager on the Grizzlies or Kings.
Of them in the station, I'm sure.
Is that Rich?
Yeah.
I would have used my key card. It was Coach Mack. I would have took the Coach Mack poster and everything.
Just hide yourself with Coach Mack.
Coach
That
Mack
Mike Keith?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Hey, man.
Alicia Clark
Like
is
6'8" guys are just floating around.
Alicia Clark is coming on the show at 4:45,
Yeah.
and we love her. She's so talented, so smart.
Yep.
Two-time WNBA champ.
Yep.
And I found Spot Track put out the salaries for all of the players in the WNBA, and the one that you picked out was the one that I saw too.
Yeah.
The MVP makes less than $100,000.
It's amazing. And they wonder why they're so quick to go overseas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And they
something
treat it totally
They talk
different.
about that all the time.
somebody's got to figure out a way to monetize that league.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. They do. But it is. ESPN Films did a documentary on them, the first WNBA documentary ever done. It was called 144 because they were in the Wubble, which was the bubble, but they changed it to the Wubble for the women. And
The women bubble.
Yeah, the women bubble. Yeah. And so they it was good to see the curtain pulled back and what they were thinking. They went down there for the social injustice for Breonna Taylor. That's what their whole thing was, say her
Right.
name, so they went with that. And then it was interesting to see when they came up to stopping the games and not wanting to play, to hear what the conversations were about. And you would think it all kind of went smooth, but
Whether
it
you
wasn't.
agree or disagree
Yeah,
or whatever,
whatever.
the whole process was interesting.
It was
right?
very
Yeah.
interesting. And to see them come together, that's how it came. And Alicia Clark was one of the ones that sparked it. Sue Bird said, Alicia, I don't want to put you out and put your business out there. But she came to me and said, how can we all come together as 144 women and make a statement? And that's where they took off from. So I will let her talk about it a little bit. But it was very, very powerful, man, to see them come together. But now they got to do something with the pay, I think.
No
so
question.
that's-
Alicia Clark grew up
right
pretty
where
close
we are.
to where we are.
Yep,
Mount
Mount
Juliet.
Yep. Hall of Famer, champion, and some more stuff. So, yeah, very interesting.
Very cool. More tweets. Michael on Twitter. Kirby, stop knocking them off the air. Kenneth, who sabotaged you guys? Ramon.
Somebody said Slay the Canes. Hashtag Slay the Canes.
JP
Ooh, I
said,
like it.
I
Me
do
too.
too. I do too.
Jinx, 1, 2, 3, 4.
JP, I did buy
Buy me a
Coke.
Coke.
I did buy one during the break. I also got my Zero Bar that everybody always makes fun of me. They have Zero Bars here.
Do
at
they?
Pine Creek
I
Golf
bet
Course.
they're super old because nobody eats those things.
No, see what you do is you got to
Flaky.
you got to squeeze it a little bit, and
Test it.
and if it squeezes, you're good. If it doesn't squeeze, like,
Is that like the sauce in my glove compartment?
well, no, maybe. But the problem with Zero Bars is there aren't enough of us that appreciate the value in a good Zero Bar.
Yeah.
So sometimes they sit on the shelf a little bit.
Yeah.
But how do you beat caramel, peanut,
Yeah.
and almond nougat covered with white fudge? How do you beat
Nougat.
Yeah.
Anything that has nougat in it.
What is a nougat? I don't even know what a nougat
He
is.
can't answer that.
Carolina probably has nougats.
Oh, it's
In
like,
their barbecue.
it's like gravy. You never know what is in the gravy. I mean,
See what I'm saying?
you just put a bunch of stuff in there. LeBron, even like you never even seen this. He's
No.
like, is there sugar in that thing?
Yeah, that's what I thought it was zero for zero sugar.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
what I'm-
Because, I mean, all your Powerade, Gatorade, whatever. all
Exactly.
zero.
That's why I was
Yeah.
gonna be shocked because I never
Coke
see my
Zero,
guy
yeah.
run away
guys-
from sugar like
You
that.
guys suck. I need to
I mean,
try
you're the one
of
that
these.
likes zeros.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
I need to try one of these.
Let's eat
So
zero.
Trash Talk Friday, and we've been going at it. The Carolina Panthers have said they've stuck their foot in it a couple different times.
Yeah.
So now you've got the web guy, the Twitter guy, tweeting out to the Predators at Preds NHL. Congrats on having the second best barbecue in the playoff field. So that lit me up and lit a lot of people up. And now we got Kevin coming in saying he worked in the locker rooms. And the Panthers, over the course of the last two games, were making fun of Roman Josi and laughing about him, calling him a effing prima donna,
Oof.
assistant
believe
coach and goaltender.
Yossi, man.
And dude, I'm all for the players talking trash. Assistant coaches, man, don't step over that line, man. Because hey, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, don't step over that line as an assistant coach, dude.
Right, so
I'm not
players,
buying
like, if he would have said, hey, man, the goaltender was saying Roman Josi is an effing prima donna, you'd be like,
He's
okay,
supposed to.
we're going to bring it.
Yeah, he's supposed to.
Yeah, we got something for your
Yeah.
whatever.
Your prima donna butt.
Yeah, Romanian, Comanche Indian. I don't know what he is.
But you don't.
yeah, you would come back out with some more trash on.
Yeah,
But
you don't do
assistant
that.
coach?
Nah. I would have told the assistant coach, hey, come on, man. We got this. Y'all come up with the strategy. Because I'm going to be pointing the finger at you once we get blasted. Since you want to do all this trash talk, you should have left the man alone. Let me do it.
Michael says a Zero Bar is like Alabama white sauce for barbecue.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa.
Here comes the
The
guy from
hunk is away.
Here comes the guy from Alabama.
The white sauce is legit now. Come on.
It's solid.
So Zero Bar, I think
It's
is a good
solid.
description.
It's solid, do best.
Chase, I freaking love a Zero Bar. That's my guy right there.
Michael Otto said frozen zero bars are the Shiano.
Michael said the Canes at Brent Doherty, LOL. Panthers are their football team. I know. Did I say Panthers? I know they're the Canes. But I could have said Panthers.
But this what I'm telling you.
I didn't notice.
It doesn't matter what I call them.
That's all I'm saying.
Listen, I can call them anything I want
That's
to call
all
them.
I'm saying.
Apparently, you did it twice.
Yeah, good. And I'm saying good. I call them the Cougars, the Carolina Cougars. The Carolina baby tornadoes.
Are you saying
You know what
they're
I want
old
to call
single
them? I
women
want to
going?
call them done.
Yeah,
That's what I want to call them.
Put a fork in them when they come
Let's
down
go. Preds upset.
Come
Call
on,
them
man.
done.
here. Yeah, it's a wrap.
Roll on.
Yeah. Who's next?
By the way, our conversation with Joey yesterday was really good. I went back and listened to it last night.
Really
it was interesting because here's the deal. I'm gonna be real honest, okay?
That's what we do.
A lot of times, I feel like hockey players don't give you crap in an interview. They don't say a whole lot.
What did you say when I said Joey was coming on the show? Full disclosure.
Why do you have to put me in this spot?
Because we just said it's full disclosure.
Yeah.
All you
I
said
said he's
was
no
boring.
sugarcoat.
he's not going to give anything.
I said he's boring.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He wasn't boring.
No.
I thought that he actually answered questions. I thought that he was actually honest. I thought he was
Yeah.
pretty transparent in this team and what they went through this year and how hard it was.
What, did you gather the emotion? We'll talk about this when we come back. The emotion that came through his words and
Yes.
his soul when asked about what they went through at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
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 Let's talk about
And
when
I
we
don't
come
think
back.
we've heard that.
No.
Before we get knocked off
Or
the air
felt
again.
that.
That's a great question. Get back, Kurt.
Broadcasting
Kirby better
live from
fix it.
Pine Creek Golf Course as we support our friends Buddy Allen Carpet One, raising awareness and fun for the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. BuddyAllenCarpet1.com. Click on that link, Tunnel to Towers to help. We'll be right back. Brett Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay, working through a Friday afternoon. Broadcasting live from Pine Creek Golf Course, helping our friends Buddy Allen Carpet One raise awareness and funds for an amazing organization, Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Check them out online, BuddyAllenCarpet1.com. They've got the link there. That'll get you where you need to go to help out and donate. Joey came on the show. Ryan Johansson came on the show yesterday, and I think offered up a whole lot. If you want to take a dive into what's going on in those players' heads, I thought he was awesome yesterday. Check out the podcast if you missed it, 1045thezone.com, or wherever you get your podcasts. Again, rate, review, subscribe, all those things for the 3HL podcast. And it's funny when, Don, you were kind of talking about this. When we went back to kind of what happened, because they were so bad, and then they just flipped a switch and it's so good. And he said, well, you can't really put it into one thing, but he kind of went back into what it was like in that locker room and going through the game motions and everything else when nothing was going right.
Right.
And he sounded like pissed about it, like still.
Yeah.
And you can tell, and it's obvious, but you can tell where that drive is coming from now. And, he was just talking about how everybody was talking about how bad they were. Mm-hmm. And it was pissing him off.
Right.
And, in a situation like that, as an athlete, you're not just speaking for yourself. I mean, that's the mood of the room.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So I kind of like hearing that from him because I like where they are now.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like us against the world and get the hell out of my way.
Yes, and that is that is a dangerous team to face in the postseason where I think back, and I asked him about playoff hockey, because there's nothing better than playoff hockey. And your non-hockey people will sit here and say, okay, well, why isn't regular hockey still that great?
Right.
Well, there's so many games. I remember back in the day when I first moved here and started covering the Preds, and I leaned on David Legwand a bunch about learning the game. And I knew the game, but I didn't know it at another level, right? So I would constantly ask him things, and he was great about helping me to learn the next level stuff that I needed to properly cover that team back in the day when I was with the local ABC affiliate here in town, so with WKRM. So I remember at one point asking him, hey, you always hear this whole, playoff hockey, there's nothing like playoff hockey. And he went into kind of hey, every single play matters. Every skate matters. Every push off, one leg matters because it's this series. It's the definite, and it just brings out a different level in every single player, not just one on a random Wednesday night, not just, you know what I mean? And I feel like this is a Preds team, from listening to Joey talk about that is really going to live that. And that is a dangerous team to play in the postseason in playoff hockey, where it is different and everything matters.
Yep.
Everything is 100% because there's no leeway at all.
I love it. When we come back, more of your phone calls, Trash Talk Friday. If you got some, let us hear it. 615-737-1045. Also, interesting legislation nationally talking about putting shot clock in basketball. It's going to be high school basketball. It's going to be a state-by-state thing, but I talked with Bernard Childress, the executive director of the TSSAA today, about that, and I'll tell you what he said. This is coming up next, 3HL 1045 The Zone.
After a
Tell 104.5 The Zone. It is Friday. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay. We're fired up.
Yeah. It's
Trash
so
Talk
real.
Friday, always on Friday, all through the show.
Yep.
Used to be like a one-segment thing. Now we just open it up.
I like
Give
this.
you complete freedom. Whenever you feel the urge
Yeah.
to disparage someone or some team or some organization or one of us, you have the freedom to do that anytime you feel it, man. 615-737-1045, presented by the Disc Center of Franklin. You don't have to live with back pain. Call the Disc Center of Franklin today, 615-551-9224. We'll get to a lot of stories today. There's a lot going on. The Titans rookies are in town for rookie minicamp today and tomorrow.
Time to
Talk
get
about
busy.
that. Carolina Hurricanes I do want to call them the Panthers. Carolina
yeah.
Hurricanes talking trash.
I don't think they're the Hurricanes no more. They're like the Carolina Winds, like a little gust of wind.
Big gust of wind.
Yeah. Playing against the gust of wind. Don't blow anything down.
You want to knock these guys right in the face.
Yep.
The Carolina tropical depressions.
Yeah, see, there we go.
Is that what they are?
There we go. Yes. Yes, indeed. The red flag will not go
I
up
got
when they
you.
come along.
The red flag will not go up.
See, I learned that too when I was down on the beach. The red flag, what is it, 2 red flags up?
They put 2 red flags
They
up
sure
that week.
did, yep.
There was a lot of bad stuff that was going on.
And that wasn't Carolina.
No.
So nothing bad going on. They put green flags up for Carolina. Just going out there have a field day.
Carolina Hurricanes, at Canes on Twitter, at Preds NHL. Congrats on having the second best barbecue in the playoff field. That's what started everything.
Yeah.
Then we had Kevin who called in.
Mm-hmm.
And he had been working around the locker rooms while the Hurricanes were in town for the last couple of games, and told us and everyone listening that the assistant coach and the goaltender were calling Roman Josi, the captain, an effing prima donna.
And see.
And then laughing.
Yeah. See, that's where the problem lies. And I just did some digging. That comes from a 25-year-old. He's a young guy, and I can guarantee when they get back to the locker room, they're going to tell him, hey, man, you should have just kept your mouth shut. Your mouth shut, dude.
Anybody ever tell you that?
Yeah.
All the time?
Yeah, and guess what I do?
What, keep your mouth shut or that you're a prima donna?
Nah, never a prima donna. I always keep my mouth shut.
Here's devil's advocate here. That choice of trash talk.
Mm-hmm.
Why? You not playing hard enough?
Yeah, why they call him a prima donna?
I don't know.
I mean,
what
that's
that is.
a specific choice.
You're saying that
of words.
you're saying that he's not tough, right? He's not physical. You can move him around, maybe.
You have to be physical
And-
against this Carolina team. You can't let them
Nah.
get to skating fast.
No, and that's what Zach said they were
because you're
doing.
dead.
In the game that didn't matter, the Preds were just all over them physically.
Yeah.
And so maybe they used that game as like,
They
hey,
set
man,
the tone.
here's what's coming.
Like in that second period, they was smacking them.
And you didn't have a problem with the 25-year-old goaltender saying anything. It was the assistant coach
That's
part of
who-
that, where
yeah.
he's kind of stepping across that gray area there.
Yeah, see, the problem is you can pour gasoline on the fire, but you can't go out there and do anything about it as an assistant coach. The players can talk trash and go out there and back it up. You as a coach can't talk trash and write a check that you can't get out there and cash. Your players got to go out there and cash that check. So you putting them in trouble. Maybe everybody didn't want to talk trash to Yossi.
Or maybe you're firing them up.
Well, that's.
I'm just coming at y'all
Yeah.
with whatever opposite take
I like
you
it. Yeah, I
got
like it. I
today.
like it. I like it.
Sorry,
All I'ma
I don't
say-
know what's going
All I'm
on
gonna say is
here.
that keep your
I'm like,
elbows in. Keep your elbows in. I just learned that too.
Keep your elbows in.
Yeah, body check all day. Keep your elbows in.
You can be as physical as you want, just don't raise that elbow.
Ooh, man, I'll come in that thing like a missile.
If you could skate.
If that's the only
Yeah,
problem.
you can't skate, Buck can't swim.
Kind of a big part of it, though, skating.
Hey, I know, but I can go
mean,
fast and not stop. I ain't worried about stop, but maybe somebody can just push me real hard, and I can just go flying down the ice.
All right, salt and
So,
pepper.
hey,
Push it.
push it real good.
Exactly.
Ba-ba-na-na-na.
They start playing that on the organ at the game.
What is
That was
going
so
on
good.
here?
Hey, so can I kind of bring this up with a Titans talk as well? You talking about a
Yes.
young player?
Yes. I
Just
thought
be
you were gonna
quiet.
go there earlier.
You knew I was
I thought
going
you were
there,
going-
right? Because you said that, and
Yep.
I'm like, well, hold on. There's a little something to talk about on the Titans side. So obviously, Caleb Farley had his helmet fitting, all that. He's got the helmet on with Farley across the top, kind of taped there. And I believe it was probably on Instagram
Instagram or Twitter or something. The Fleeks.
Snapchat or one of those that,
videos,
you know. Anyway, so it's him in his that.
It is on Twitter.
Maybe it's TikTok. I don't know.
Twitter Fleeks.
Oh, okay.
Instagram.
Anyway, he's got his helmet on. It says free smoke at whoever think they routes like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. To which AJ Brown, Tennessee Titans say Mamba mentality, tweeted out, right? Mm-hmm. To which AJ Brown quote tweets it. You're going to have to stand on that. Just ball, young fella. You don't have to tell them. I'm on your side with the basically be quiet emoji. Mm-hmm. Is that AJ basically calling him out publicly saying,
young fella, you ain't did anything yet. Be cool.
Yeah. Don't go there yet.
Be cool.
Don't give them all bulletin board material. Don't give them a.
This is correct.
Yeah.
So the question there is, do you do that publicly or call him or text him?
I say you call him or text. It went all over. Like this tweet was 23 hours ago.
Because it's entertaining.
But what was AJ's? When did AJ come back with this?
This was 23 hours ago. Was AJ's tweet, and it has 2,234 likes and 139 retweets.
So my thing would be, I wouldn't say anything back publicly if I was Caleb Farley, but I'm gonna tell AJ Brown when he get there. Believe it. I'm going to stand on it. 10 toes down.
You do you. I'll do me.
Yeah, and I got it.
I got this.
And one thing you better believe is now I know you're a little bit more of a veteran, but I'm going to show you also in practice. So by the time week 4 comes around, you'll be like, oh, yeah, young fella know what he's talking about. And I would expect you to go into the public and say that. Young fella know what he's doing. I've tested him plenty of times, and he's holding his own. I ain't saying he's stopping me. He's holding his own. So
it made me cringe. The AJ retweet tweet made me cringe. But I'm also the even though I kind of might come off like witchy sometimes. I think I'm a softie at heart, and so I wanted to protect young Farley and be like, it's okay. I know that your teammate just called you out in front of the entire Twitterverse, but it's okay. Don't worry.
He doesn't need you to do that.
I know, but
he doesn't.
But it made
we had him on the show. That's a confident dude, man.
10 toes down.
Rebuke that in the name of Jesus. I get it. Yeah. I get it. But it did make me cringe that it was a public thing.
You know what I like about it, though?
That AJ's comfortable enough to do it?
And Farley is comfortable enough to say it, but more so than not, this is in the offseason. This will be forgotten in July.
Yeah.
Once we roll around and get going. Yeah, I think so. But what I'm saying is,
because he didn't go after somebody specific.
And the other trash talk was in the playoffs. That's an automatic no. Me as a trash talker is not going to do nothing like that in public. Now, when we get out there on the court or the field of play, now we got something to talk about because we can handle it right here.
You're not going to be tweeting anything.
Nah. I need to see you face to face, buddy. No, no bullets and board material. This right here, I think Caleb is a guy that's caught up in it, and he's in the moment. Yeah. And his moment has arrived. You got to think, he missed.
Fair enough.
How long did he miss a football?
He hasn't played a football game in
some change.
18.
That's a long time for a guy to like to get out there and compete.
Yeah.
So
615-737-1045 at 3HL1045. PJ in Hendersonville. I really want to hear this. PJ, what's up?
Uh-oh, here we go.
Hey, what's happening?
What's up, PJ?
We're good.
All right. Y'all ready for it?
PJ,
for what? Wait, ready for what?
PJ has a Ron Slay impression.
Oh.
Here we go.
Are you ready for it?
Yep.
Let it roll.
All right, here it goes. Mm-hmm.
PJ, what in the hell are you doing, dude?
Is this the Wolf of Wall Street? That's got to be it. If it ain't the Wolf of Wall Street, I can't respect it because I got way more substance than
I thought he was about to do I'm in the building. That's what I thought.
No, he should. I sound like he might have been beating on his chest a little bit. doing
Yeah, because those are
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
those are two very different things. If he's doing the Wolf of Wall Street, which is
That's
your
different.
go-to gif,
Yeah, you know I
sometimes,
love that. Yep.
then that's one thing.
That's
but if
cool.
he's trying to make fun of our guy Ron Slay,
Oh no, you can't do nothing making fun. Like this right here, man. Resume real long, man. Resume real long. You hear me?
I love it. I love it. Cousin Caden on Twitter, I rebuke the Kane statement of barbecue in the name of barbecue Jesus.
Hey.
Kenneth, I literally made a Twitter account because of you guys. I love watching you all live. I keep forgetting we're on live.
Yes, we are.
Oh, and we're also on during the breaks because somebody just saw me shove in a Snickers, a creamy Snickers peanut butter square into my mouth that Kirby gave me, and it was glorious.
Yeah, I was going to let you guys know that now the Be Right Back is just kind of shaded out so we can see everything you're doing in the background.
Great.
Like we got to see Brent eat a 0 bar a second.
I love the 0 bar. And I did it quickly because I had a live spot coming up.
Yep.
Cousin Justin, I just imagine at Ron Slay 35 would look like a baby giraffe trying to ice skate.
No, it'd be worse than a baby giraffe because I'll be flat, like baby deer, like I'm on my chest.
All right. So some of y'all are starting to go at PJ on Twitter. Go for it. PJ's open game. As far as I'm concerned. 615-737-1045 at 3HL1045. Hey, when we come back, we got something special for you. Legendary Metro Nashville High School football coach Maurice Fitzgerald.
Ernie came fast.
I think the first time ever on 3HL. I think.
First interview.
Next on 1045 The Zone.
Jay Martin.
an unbelievable break, which we'll talk about later because we don't want to take any time away from this legend.
The
legend. Mm-hmm. Well put. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay. We are not the legend. Coach Maurice Fitzgerald joins us now. Legendary Metro Nashville High School football coach. Coach Fitzgerald, what's up? How are you?
Yes, sir. We're doing well. How you guys doing?
Let me ask you a question. When you were coaching Ron Slay
right off the bat
in high school, did you think, hey, one day here in about 2021, he'll be on an afternoon drive sports talk show in Nashville every day?
Well, the truth of the matter, it actually started way early in that. Probably started coaching Ron around 7, 8 years old, and we had some times. There are some stories.
Definitely.
We need.
Look, I knew Babs was going to dive
like,
in.
hold on, Coach.
Yeah, is the Ron Slay we know now like a whole lot different than that 7, 8 year old kid you were around?
No, and it's he. I can tell you one quick story if you want to listen. We were actually in Las Vegas, and we were playing a tournament down there. I guess Ron was 15, 16 years old. And one thing about AAU, if anything you want to know about AAU, you need to know this. You need to make sure you have an informant on the team. So I did have an informant on the team, and he said, Coach, I want you to know something. I said, what? He said, I think Ron is downstairs playing the slot machine. I said, what? So true enough, I went downstairs. He's on the slot machine. I walk up to him. Ron, what are you doing? He's like, Coach, I'm sorry. I apologize. And I said, Ron, don't worry about it. That's okay. Everybody make mistakes. So about 3 o'clock that morning, I knock on Ron's door and get in the room, and I said, Ron, let's go. So we go outside in Las Vegas, and we run, and we do sit-ups and push-ups for 1 whole hour.
In the heat.
At 3 in the morning.
Yeah, in the real
Dang, Coach. Ooh,
hey, man.
that is great.
This man right here got so many stories. I'm telling you now. Hey.
Hey, he helped to shape you and a whole lot of other stars.
See,
too.
that's the thing. I mean, you had so many players, and Ron and I, Don was off this day, but we just got into this big storytelling session about the 90s and the 2000s and even into the 80s of just the level of player there was and the characters in the game, coaching and the teams and the rivalries. Right. And man, it was so much fun, and you lived it all.
Yeah, we crossed paths with a lot of great players, a lot of great young people. We really did.
Coach, you decided to go on and hang it up, man, and retire, which I know is no way you can ever retire, especially if you got a phone, because this former player's gonna keep on calling you like myself, asking for advice. But you know, what brought that on? What made you think it was time to step away?
Oh, it's time. You know, it's time to start checking, get some of my other coaches now, so I can do that. But you know, you can tell it's time, especially at Hillsborough. You know, we have a great opportunity. You have a great principal in Dr. Shula, and it's just time. You know, they have a new stadium. They have new practice facilities, new weight room facilities. You just have so many things going for the next coach, which I hope is one Anthony Brown.
That'll be big time. Speaking of like a gust of wind bringing in the fresh air over at your alma mater, Tennessee State University, you got Eddie George coming back over. Coming over for the first time, and Dr. Mickey Allen. Both of these people you know well. And what do you think about that? You know, bringing that historic pride back to it, because you were one of the ones that was there under Coach John Merritt, and you know, y'all set a whole different.
Gilliam.
Yeah, Coach Gillum, man. How can I forget about Coach Gillum? Yeah. So y'all set a whole different standard, man, especially not only for Tennessee State University, but for HBCUs, period. Speak about that a little bit.
Well, you know, you can look at it a lot of ways, but if you look at, you know, the winning tradition, it was there. You know, it's still we still can get there. You know, Tennessee State, you know, you looked at the young people that weren't drafted in HBCUs this year, and you think about Tennessee State, it's number one in HBCUs and having student athletes drafted into professionals. So we have a lot going on at TSU. Mickey Allen, he played with my son Buck. They played together at the University of Tennessee. He has a great family. I've been knowing him for years and years. Everything is on the uprise at Tennessee State. You know, it's a place to be now at Tennessee State. You have a great dean of students and Pastor Frank Stevenson, and Dr. Glover. So it's time. It's time now. It's time to rise, or they say it's time to roar.
Mm-hmm. And you look at it. You see that playing at the Titan Stadium at Nissan is great, but talk about playing in the tradition of the hole. What does that mean in being able to get guys in the hole playing?
You have to get in the hole because when that fog rolls off the Cumberland, you know you're ready. I mean, it's just a place to be. You know, they have the band marching down the street. You know, all the students, they're right there on top of you. It's just time. It's time to get that stadium, re-energized and get it up and running, and making sure that, it's just a place to come and enjoy with your family. It can be a family atmosphere.
Legendary high school coach Maurice Fitzgerald with us. Coach, 22-year career. And whenever, a legendary coach, I mean, the list of players that you help to mold, not just on the field, but off as well, is long. The Pearl Cone back-to-back Class 4A state titles is one of your great accomplishments. I mean, all of that, that's tangible that we can see. Obviously, that list is long. But for you, when you look back at your career and what you got to do, what stands out to you? And what is it that you want people to look at you and say, hey, man, that's Coach Fitzgerald's legacy right there?
I feel like this is the impact you've tried to make on the student athletes. I always say that you can't treat all the players alike. You can't treat them all alike, but you can love them all. So when you have the impact of just treat them like they're your own, and that's the enjoyment that I've gotten out of it, to see the young people go on after high school and do great things in their lives. You can just go down the list of people that are making a contribution in the community and throughout United States. It's just wonderful to see. I couldn't be more elated just to see the success of our young people that have had the opportunity to be a part of their lives.
And for people that don't know, I mean, you brought players into your home. You fed players. You scheduled practice ACT classes for players. I mean, it went well beyond the actual playing field and practice. And I think that sometimes is overlooked. And your ability to do that also comes with the help of your family and those around you as well.
Yeah, without a doubt. My wife Cynthia, who's an attorney, graduated from Vanderbilt Law School, been married 42 years. She's played a great part of making sure that the kids are safe when they're in our homes. It's just so many people that have made a contribution. You speaking of ACT, we really couldn't have done it without a lady that she's passed now, but she's the greatest ACT mentor and educator in the world, and that was Miss Mary Lee Bunch out of Brentwood. Miss Bunch did so much. She was vice chair of our organization, but she made such an indelible impact on our young people. So Miss Mary Lee Bunch, my hat's off to you.
Maurice Fitzgerald, legendary high school football coach in Metro Nashville, with us. Coach, what was it about the high school game that kept you there? Did you ever think about going toward the college or pro level? What was it about the high school game?
No, I think, just being the great frontier, the last frontier of competitiveness, because only probably, 3 or 4% are going to play college. So I had the opportunity to even coach middle school. I've coached Little League, just being a part of their lives and see their growth and see that they grow up to become what they want to be. That's so important. So I've just had the opportunity, been blessed, to have people to support, and that's the other thing. I couldn't have done this without a lot of support. And I have to say this man's name because he's one of the greatest advocates for inner city in the history of Nashville, and that's Dan Crockett. Dan Crockett has been supportive. He used to be at Franklin American Mortgage. I have to say Bill Freeman, Dr. Ray Richardson, Dr. Dennis Rowe, Jeff Gould, Brock Kidd, who played for me.
At Hillsborough, yeah. I went to school with him.
Go.
I went to school with him, yeah.
Yeah, great people. See, and I think that in life, if you attach yourself to great people, you're going to have opportunity to, to be successful.
That is, Coach, man. I can't give you your flowers enough. You know that, man. And what you said about people being able to help it, man. One thing about it, you were definitely the anchor for it. And bringing in a lot of guys that were coming from single parent homes. Mom's doing a terrific job. Some fathers were in there in the picture, but a lot of them wasn't also. But you did step in and not only stepped up as a coach and showed us what it was like, but to play the game you love, but also giving us that environment at home and knowing what a hot meal was like. You know what I mean? It could be you got 2 kids of your own, man, but you will look up and there's 8 kids standing at the house, sharing the room and everything.
Sharing the room and looking for some food.
Exactly. So, man, salute to you on that, man. I just want to do that publicly. But outside of that, man. Yeah, outside of that, you got something you guys doing this weekend. You taking a bus trip down?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, speak on that for us, sir.
Well, we have a ex-teammate and friend by the name of James Monk Johnson, and he's in Columbus, Georgia. They're naming a sports facility in his honor, and a lot of us are going down. We have a great group of guys going down to support him. They're coming from a lot of areas of the country because he's such a great guy. People like on the bus, Judge Sam Coleman, which you got to vote for him next year, Howard Gentry, Dwight Wheeler, Gerald McCray. These guys have played professional, got drafted in professional football. Dwight Wheeler, Gerald McCray, McDonald Odom, Nate Suitcase Simpson. All these people were drafted in the pro, Leon Moore. And one guy that you probably know, he's an ex-police officer. He's retired now, Mr. Steve Turner. And his son, Patrick Turner, played a good pass, and he was drafted by the Miami Dolphins. So we have a great group of guys on that bus.
Man, that ought to be a great experience, man. I remember Steve Turner riding. He was on a motorcycle all the time as a police officer.
There you go.
Yep.
There you exactly right.
Yep, I remember him. I remember when Pat was a little dude running around. So
yeah, exactly. And don't let me forget Mr. George Taterbug Hendricks. He's kind of orchestrated this whole thing.
You gotta love them nicknames. Suitcase, Taterbug.
Suitcase is great. Yeah.
That's it right there.
That guy, Suitcase capable of anything, man. He's ready.
Definitely.
I love it.
Can I say real quick that I really thank the Zone family for advocating for our student athletes when we were going through what we're going through.
Yes, sir.
Especially Dawn, because she was real intense. And, you could tell, that her support. And I really appreciate that. And we really do.
Dawn was real intense. You sure you got the right person?
I got the right person.
Yeah, we loved getting with Buck and trying to do what we could to help from our end of things. And
you did a great job. We appreciate it.
We needed the kids, off the street, out of the house, and on the football field and the basketball court,
sure.
and all of that. And glad that we're headed back in that direction. That was a tough time, and a lot of strong people helped kind of pave that way and get things back the way they needed to be. What will you miss most, Maurice Fitzgerald?
Probably, and I still be involved a lot, with the FCA, getting them involved in having chapels and having meals that they provide. Just the interaction with the officials, with all my time, I really enjoyed that, because you have a lot of interesting conversation with officials now. So it's an opportunity just to be human, just because, like I say, this is the last frontier. So you're doing this out of love. You're doing this because you want to be out there. Most of them will never go on to play college. So this is the last frontier that the kids can enjoy the camaraderie of just being around one another, developing friendships, developing honor and pride. And these are the things that you probably miss the most.
Maurice Fitzgerald with us. Let's go back to Ron Slay's time period again, too, because
I was trying to stay quiet.
There were my man was flamboyant on the basketball floor. What was he like on the? He says he was a wide receiver. I remembered him as a tight end. Maybe he was a wide receiver. I don't know, but you had him and John Henderson out there at the same time.
Well, and not only that, we had Buck, my son. It really was a defensive back. We had him playing quarterback, and he really couldn't throw. I never seen, how you throw alley oops to the sideline, but Buck would actually throw alley oops in the middle of the field, which is uncommon. But Ron and Joe, we called Joe John Henderson, and both of them would go up and just catch alley oops. Ron bailed us out one playoff game. They called about a 60-yard pass, and we went on to win that game. In the very next game, I don't know. I guess he was feeling his oaks. He was all along in the end zone. Of course, he dropped it, and I think it's probably about the last game he played.
It was. Open 2-point conversion. I'm standing right there waving my hands. Buck threw a dunk, man.
Memphis University School, man.
So
I remember
MUS.
it,
I remember those plays. I was on the sideline. You guys were playing Hillsborough, actually, to come full circle. But Big John, man, he would run like 15-yard turnaround, and Buck would just throw this end-over-end thing to him.
Exactly.
And I told Ron this story, too. I was on y'all's sidelines, and John came over, and he was hot, man. And he took his helmet off, and they had been cutting him. And he was like, as soon as y'all fix my helmet, I'm going back in there. And he went back in there, and he's like literally just picking people up and throwing them. I mean, it was ridiculous.
Yeah. I remember those times. He didn't like you going at his knees now. That's for sure.
Fair enough.
Hey, Coach, I was going – we can stay away from it, though. I was going to tell him about the time when me and John came in there and both decided to retire playing football and both stick with –
I remember that.
What? It just didn't go the way I thought it was going to go, though, because John kept playing, and I went on to retire.
I can remember telling Ron, you, Ron, to please excuse yourself. I need to talk to Joe.
I went in first. I'm going to tell y'all the story when he get off, boy. I went in first.
Slay, that's good.
We had a whole plan, like me and John together. I went in first. I was like, hey, Coach, man, I think I'm going to stick with basketball. He said, where's John at? I said, dang. So John went in, John in for about 30, 35 minutes. I'm like, hey, man, I'm sitting in the car. John came back out and was like, man, I'm going to go and play. I said, hey, man, that wasn't the plan, man. Now you just done left me out here, man. You know what I mean? I can't go back on it. You can go back.
Hey, that's called roster management, right, Coach?
That's right.
There you go. But there's a lot of interesting stories. I tell you one story. Ron is very loyal, though. I can honestly say that. I can remember when he was about 9 or 10 years old, and they had moved to Chattanooga, and he didn't want to play with the teams in junior pro in Chattanooga, and his mother would put him on the bus on Fridays. I would pick him up from the Greyhound bus station. He'd spend the night on Fridays. We play on Saturdays, and on Sunday I put him back on the bus going back to Chattanooga. And that's his loyalty. You really know it seemed like this unreal for a young man to want to think like that and be, but his loyalty is it's okay.
Yeah, it is. It's facts.
Man, hey, Coach, thanks for sharing some moments with us, man. We appreciate it.
Great. I appreciate you guys.
Well, we can't properly congratulate you for the career that you've had, but congrats. And you've helped shape a lot of lives. I don't need to tell you that, man.
Yeah. Hey, Brandon, don't let him get on you too much about that donkey and all that stuff either.
The Hillsborough donkeys, baby.
Was it Mr. Hey, Coach, was it
It's
Mr.
a burro, man. It's a burro.
Coach, was it Mr. Hutchison that would bring the burro? I almost said donkey.
Yeah,
bring the burro once a week? Yeah.
Yeah. That's who it was.
Yeah.
That's exactly who it was.
Yeah. I told Ron, I said, hey, you don't need to aggressively go toward the sideline where that burro is because you don't know what he's been leaving behind.
What he's dropping off.
Different time.
I love it, man. Hey, thank you. Good to hear from you, brother, and we'll talk again soon.
Thank you, Coach.
God bless you.
All right,
God bless you, guys.
Appreciate it.
God bless. How about that? Maurice Fitzgerald. Go from one legend to another. Alicia Clark.
Man, back-to-back legends.
Coming up next, 3HL 104.5 The Zone. click the link and get that done. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay. Who wins one-on-one? Ron Slay or our next guest? Alicia Clark joins us on 3HL. AC, what do you think?
See, now you're trying to start problems in the group chat.
I mean, right out the chute.
What can I just go ahead and say? I'm going AC every day of the week.
That's what I'm talking about, Don. There we go.
See,
Every day of the
you
week.
know what?
All right, now I got to go with my.
Slay's like old and out of shape now. Alicia's still getting it done.
If you're going to go that way, I got to go with my girl AC also.
Golly. Hey, look at my dogs.
I
Look
got
at my
you.
dog.
I got you, Ron.
Appreciate it,
I
Hunk.
got you.
Golly, appreciate it, Hunk.
Yeah, the new guy.
Alicia, what's going on? How are you?
Over here. I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
Doing great.
How's rehab?
great,
By the way, let's
Everybody
check
against me.
Slay. Now we got Slay. Slay's on
I should have
tilt
just
now.
left. I should have just left while y'all doing that.
Now, we'll handle this one.
How is rehab though? I know you suffered a brutal injury, and I know you're in the middle of that process.
Yeah, rehab is going well. I just finished week 2. I'm able now to put 50% body weight on my foot walking in the boot. So that's been a big win for me, just being on crutches for so long and, not being able to get around on my own has been tough. But, it's moving along slowly but surely, so I'm finding the little wins in every day to kind of just keep me positive and keep me focused on the end goal. And obviously that's being healthy and getting back on the court, sometimes. So
That's got to be hard, right? The mental grind of that, because world-class athletes are type A of type A, right? Like you want to control what you can control. And on that level, you really can't.
And you want to do it faster than maybe
Yes.
doctors are allowing you to do it.
Yeah, like Slay and his
exactly.
He's right.
Yeah. No, that's kind of where I'm at now because I'm like, I feel like I could totally walk at 100% body weight. Like, yeah, I feel fine. And, everyone's like, that's not the protocol. Pump your brakes. But, yeah, I mean, it's definitely a mental grind. That's honestly, like, the biggest part of it because as athletes, you're used to training. This is what we do. So when we have to be in a position where that's kind of taken away from us, it makes you kind of step back and have to reevaluate, like reshift your perspective a little bit, a lot of it actually. But when you're surrounded by good people and you have good people around you, it definitely makes it a lot easier.
Man, speaking of good people around you and struggling mentally, talk about the wobble a little bit. We saw the documentary last night, 144, which was a powerful, moving documentary y'all did. They did a great job of casting you all in the light, pulling back the curtain, and us not seeing all just the happy times. You all going through it some and still having to put the phone down and go out there and play after, things didn't go as planned. So talk about that grind of being in the bubble, in the wobble, and going through that.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, Shanae did a phenomenal job of producing and telling that story from last season. And what's crazy is I was sitting here, Ron, like I was watching it, and like it brought back so many emotions that, when you're in the bubble, like everything was happening so quickly. Every other day you had a game. Every day you were on a, Zoom call speaking with families, mothers of victims, and like just internalizing their, pain and their emotions, and then having to go out and play at such a high level and, just what that does to you physically and mentally. You just kind of had to be like, I just need to get to the next day. I just need to get to the next day. And so sitting here, watching it last night was tough, man, because it was such a powerful season and a very meaningful season. And I think, for us as female athletes, there's always the constant talk around investment in women's sports. And I thought this documentary just showed like all the things that we've been doing that nobody took the time to invest and tell our story, to tell our side of it. And so, that I had a lot of emotions. I was extremely proud of just every single woman that was in that bubble and what we were able to accomplish and the seeds we were able to plant, for social justice, for equality, for all of those things. And just to continue that into this season. But watching it, man, I cried. You know, there were times I was mad all over again. You know, but there's just an immense sense of pride that I had for each and every one of, you know, the women that were in that bubble last year. It was tough, man. Like, there was no outlet.
Mm-hmm. And how much did that bubble correlate to how things go overseas when you're overseas playing? Outside of the social justice,
you know what it's like.
Right. Oh, I definitely. Believe me, I definitely do. Yeah, I definitely do.
You know, there was a different level of comfort just because, like, you're at home. You know, like, we were still here in the States, so while we were isolated, we still had, you know, your teammates that were around you every single day that you could, you know, be around and talk to and do things with. So it wasn't like complete isolation, kind of like when you're overseas.
Right.
But it was hard because, like I said, like, we couldn't leave campus. So, like, the small things, like going to the grocery store that we take for granted that we do all the time, like, we didn't get to do that kind of stuff. You had to order your food all the time. You had to see the same people every day. It was just like a constant grind of it. So in that aspect, it was similar to overseas because it's just like it was the same thing over and over and over again, and it was hard.
Alicia Clark with us on 3HL. Alicia, talking about the overseas thing that many WNBA players have to balance, right? We Spot Track is a for those that don't know, kind of a financial website that deals with salary caps and player salary and things like that, and they released WNBA salaries today, and you know, we were kind of talking about how we need to figure out a way to monetize that league. Because that's got to be, you talked about the mental grind with recovering from an injury, but the physical grind of playing in the WNBA and winning titles, but still having to go overseas because of the imbalance in pay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's hard. Like, you know, you're playing year round, basically. You know, you might have, I think the longest break I've ever gotten in between seasons was like 4 weeks. So it was a month that I had in between. And that was just after we won the championship. So it was like, yeah, you know, take this time to kind of rest for a little bit, get your body healthy. Because the compacted schedule that we had in the bubble was like, it's already hard enough playing in this league and, you know, night in and night out. But to have that on and almost an every other day basis was insane. And like, to have as many of us walk out of there injury free as we did is amazing to me. But yeah, like you have, like most of us play overseas and, you know, to be able to, you know, provide for ourselves financially. You know, thankfully we made some really big strides with our CBA that we signed. You know, our executive committee did an awesome job advocating just for, you know, what we feel like what we should be earning. But a lot of times, you know, it comes from the only way salaries and stuff can grow is if people see us and they know us and they know our stories. It's the same thing with any other sport. When people see athletes and they know their stories, they see them play, they're accessible, people want to invest in that. People want to get behind that. And it's like, okay, well, if we're never seen, how do you expect us to grow? How do you expect us to be invested in if we can't even be seen? So I think you're starting to see a huge shift right now just in visibility for our league. You know, Amazon and Google are just, you know, two of the new partnerships that we just had to stream our game. So it's like once we start getting seen and getting eyes on our game and people, you know, understanding and getting a chance to see who we are, see the way that we play, it's only going to continue to grow. So hopefully, you know, when I'm long and retired, you know, players aren't going to have to go overseas anymore because they're going to be able to be here in the States playing in the best league in the world and not having to go overseas.
That'll be lovely. It's Trash Talk Friday right here on the 104.5.
I think we just did plenty on the front end of this interview.
Yeah, we did.
You want some more?
I wanted some more. She know I can't leave
you
out.
Know I'm terrible,
I'm not leaving out, but I'm just saying, man, as soon as you get back right, you know, we're going to get these skill wing workouts going. And then followed up, Brent, you'll love this, by Uncle Tito. She's an Uncle Tito lover, too.
Oh, I love Uncle Tito.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
Uncle Tito's and Aunt Tito's, those are my favorite people.
Alicia, you're not a trash talker on the floor? Did I just hear that come through?
I am not. I don't talk to us. I'm more like Ron can, because they make fun of me a lot of times in the group chat. Because I have a very spicy competitive spirit, and so I'm gonna tell you what you did wrong. I more so talk to the referees than I do the players. So I'll be out there explaining why they made the wrong call and just kind of being, that's more like my vibe.
You're like a logical trash talker.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm going to let you know why you were wrong, and I'm going to tell you the actual rule and make sure you understand how wrong you were.
Hey,
She's always let her game do
I
the
got the
talking.
respect.
It
That's
took
Just
care
put
of
your
it.
head down and work. I love
I
it.
got it.
Hey, AC, Alicia Clark, we love having you on. Thank you, and good luck, man, with that rehab.
Appreciate it, AC.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
All right, there she goes, Alicia Clark. How about that? Maurice Fitzgerald and Alicia Clark.
Man, that is.
I used to love going to shoot, because I would do camera work for
Yeah.
WKRN back when she was playing at MTSU. And I would get so excited to actually go to a women's basketball game at MTSU because I got to watch Alicia Clark.
she
Hall
did.
of Fame, too.
At Alicia_Clark on Twitter. We'll be right back. 3HL 1045 The Zone.
Coming up
I almost started talking into my cell phone. Don't be talking into your cell phone.
Not your cell phone. Come on, Bad Bunny.
I love it. Why do I love that commercial so much?
Man, because you're a Bad Bunny.
I probably am, yeah. No, I picked up my cell phone to start doing the show.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, I need a microphone, not a cell phone.
It listened to you last time, though.
Yeah. iPhone, Slay, right? You
Nope. Don't want no pause. I'm about to upgrade to an
What about
S20
that,
Plus.
Slay?
I'm about to upgrade to an S20 Plus.
We've got a chat between all the hosts and producers when we're like, hey, man, I got Tom Brady on the show tomorrow morning. We're like, thanks, Shave. We'll all promote it. Oh, you're not on it? Will Bowley's not on it.
Oh, yeah, don't worry about it, Will.
I shouldn't have said anything.
You ain't
Wait a
missing nothing,
second,
Will.
I'm not on it.
We actually tried to put you on it. We can't figure out how to add people.
Yeah. They said everybody had to have an iPhone and you could add it.
I didn't get that group text.
I do have an iPhone. It's you that doesn't have it.
Exactly. That's why
Yeah,
you can't add.
it's you that's jacking everything
That's
up.
right. That's
There's
what I'm here
one
for.
guy that
Yep.
turns it all green.
You better believe it.
Green for money. You get paid
better
every
know
time you
it.
text?
Yeah, you better know it, baby.
Today we broadcast
no, listen
live.
to this. Hold on. Okay, hold
See,
on.
I don't know why I got
talking
bells
about where
cranked
we're
up, man.
So we have this text chain. So all
On
our
our
texts
shell
are
phone.
green because Slay doesn't have an iPhone.
That's
And
right.
there are multiple times where I will send a text or I will respond to a text and it says error and not sent because Slay is jacking up
That's
the
right.
whole dang thing.
That's right.
Yeah.
So then I have to go and resend it.
Well,
I don't have
Again.
time for that crap.
Yeah.
Now that we've made this public information, we've got to add Will Bowling and Joe Hunk.
True.
You don't want to be at it. Trust me.
And
Because,
want
because
no
it
parts of
doesn't
this.
work right because of Slay.
Yep.
Do you know, seriously, this is where we are with this group of people,
is.
though, seriously.
It is.
We don't know how to add somebody.
We don't.
We probably can't because Mr. Non-Technology over there isn't on the game.
And guess what? Everybody could chip
Isn't
in
in
and
the
buy me
game.
an iPhone, and guess what I would do? Leave it sitting right there in the box.
That's bunk.
I wouldn't.
That everything about. Why don't you talk about where we are? Because I'm just
yeah.
I'm mad.
Yeah.
I'm mad about it.
The Ron, we're figuring out all kinds of ways for Ron Slay Foundation to make some money. But yeah, like $600 on the line, $650. My haircut guy, Matt Fine, texted in too.
It's cold.
$650 to do a cannonball off the thing at the marina,
Y'all have no earthly idea
Twin Creeks Marina, and
what that breeze was like. I'm
yeah,
telling you.
Dawn does. She was cold. She was freezing.
Yeah.
I was freezing.
I had my jacket on too.
And I gave you a really hard time for not doing it. I'm like,
Yep.
do you know how much money that is for charity? That's a lot of money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
You should have sucked it up.
no.
Oh my Lord, this is where we are today.
What?
What happened?
I'm just going to go there. By the way, Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay. We're
This
broadcasting
is
live
3HL.
from Pine Creek Golf Course. Our friends, buddy Alan Carpet One, raising awareness and funds for a great cause. Tunnel to Towers Foundation. We'll tell you more about them in just a second. But Fred wants to ask Don,
Bring it on and crank it up a little bit.
Fred, are you there?
I'm here.
All right. What did you want to ask Dawn?
I just wanted to ask her about she was promoting a nail place, a spa for my wife.
Oh, yes. A Moment's Peace, Salon and Day Spa.
There you go. A moment's peace. There you go.
Is that what you're
and one other
calling
thing
for?
Before y'all hang up on me, I just wanted to say, Ron, I'm so happy you're there. I love listening to you. Y'all couldn't have picked a better guy to show up with y'all.
Appreciate that, man.
All right, Fred. Customer service. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Can't let them down.
Moment's peace. Go get your wife that pedicure.
I'll be
That
honest,
cracks me up.
When he first called, the first thing he says, "So where's Dawn get her toes done?" I was like, "Dude, I don't know."
I'll let you ask her.
Dude, no, for my wife. I was
Hey,
like,
man.
"Oh, okay."
Okay. Yeah, he has to specify because let me tell you this: there are some interesting people out there that love feet. Like I posted. I'm telling you,
Slay.
I posted.
Have you heard?
On Instagram, I just today I posted I had a great Mother's Day week. I was spoiled rotten. My Mr. Babs did a great job loving on me. I got treats and jewelry and everything, and I got cute socks from Missy. Yes, from Missy at Polka Dot Sky Studio, and they say
That's my
Hadley's.
neighbor.
Missy's your neighbor?
Yeah, but that's not that missing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but Missy, anyway, Missy's awesome. So I got these cute
Missy is
socks,
awesome.
and they say Hadley's mommy on them.
Yeah.
Like, they're super cute. And she was like, it's orange and blue Auburn, not orange and blue Florida. I did Auburn, orange and blue
Good.
for you. I'm like,
Good.
yes.
Yeah, because
Missy,
one
yes.
we can live with, the other.
Yeah.
We cannot,
Yeah.
right?
We won't live with.
Yes. So I posted a picture of the socks on my feet, to which our old producer JT was like, I can't believe you just did that. Do you know the kind of weirdness that you're now going to get in your direct messages from putting your feet up? And I'm like, oh, I know. When I worked the morning show
At Channel 2 on television.
Yes, on television, WKRN, I would get weekly numerous emails asking for pictures of my feet, asking for
Really?
me to mail my used shoes, to autograph a pair of my used shoes and send them to them.
Did you ever do it?
Hell no.
Should have got Neil Orn to autograph them and send them.
See, that could have been
Seriously.
the Bass Foundation.
Like,
Should have did it.
it is.
You want me jumping in the
this
water?
whole foot fetish thing is a real thing.
They wanted you to.
So I'm
mail the
glad that
shoes.
Fred clarified that he was looking for a pedicure place for his wife.
That's where we are today, people.
Yes.
What were they going to do with the shoes?
Ron, I don't even want to think about that.
On the mail.
On the mountain.
I don't even want to think about that.
Wow.
Use it, but it was specifically
Hey.
used.
There may be
Yeah.
there may have been a guy that I know that stole one of your shoes at a party that we
Oh
had.
my gosh, I saw him on Wednesday night.
Did he
he
have a
brought
shoe?
it up. He brought
Oh,
it
he
up.
brought
He
it up.
stole my shoe. He stole.
Wait a
he
minute.
legit
What is
stole
going on out
my
here?
shoe. Now this was a Kelly Doherty.
Right.
Don't throw her
client.
into this.
No, but this is a client appreciation party. It was
Right.
a couple of years ago. I
Yeah.
may or may not have taken over the dance floor.
Burning Las Vegas, awesome band
They
in
were
Nashville. They were
phenomenal.
great.
I had like 4.5, 5-inch heels on. You can't really dance.
down like
you
that,
can't
yeah.
get down and dance when you got so my shoes may have come off and sat in the floor right by the dance floor. Well, into the night I go to get them and one is missing, and I'm like on the search, and this
good point.
guy has it in his jacket.
So thankful
He's
you don't know his
hiding
name.
it in his jacket. I'm not going to call him out because he was.
Yeah.
He came clean. He said, "I'm sorry. I am the crazy person that stole your shoe."
The shoe thief.
And then I saw him on Wednesday night. He's like, "Hey, I'm the one who stole your shoe."
Does he still have the shoe? Is the question.
No,
No,
we
I
gave
got it back.
to him.
I got
Oh,
it back.
okay, that was nice.
Yeah, he came up
I
and told
guarantee
me.
you, he's told people.
Yeah.
Yes.
I took Don's shoe.
I'm protecting him, so we won't put his
Yeah.
name
he,
out there.
He came up to me and said that on Wednesday that he had run into you and that he was embarrassed
I ran into
about it. I was like,
It
look,
was
man,
so funny.
people do weird things when they've had too much alcohol.
Yeah,
Yes,
it can happen.
I would venture to bet that he barely remembers that night.
Yeah,
All
it
right.
can happen.
We're all in on Carolina going down.
Oh, can't
now,
wait.
And it happened today. Like I took the shirt that I was going to wear off and put my Preds shirt on because the series started today. We'll tell you why and how next. Stay tuned. 3HL 1045 The Zone. HL 104.5 The Zone. As long as we're making Just Talk Sports guy really angry, we'll just continue down that path for a second.
I love this ad.
A couple of things. They still haven't found that tiger in Houston.
Oh, my gosh.
We do know the tiger's name is India. I don't know how we know that.
Where fourth out are India?
You just went Romeo and Juliet on a
India,
tiger.
Yeah.
They think the 9-month-old cat. How do we know it's 9 months old, too? Like, we can't find this thing, but we know its name is India and it's 9 months old. Has swapped hands at least a dozen times trying to evade the authorities.
Wait.
Well, I hope India is getting fed properly and taken care of and getting snuggles. And
Check
There's
this
a
out.
dog shortage in Houston right now.
They got India on the run?
Honk.
India's on the run.
Check this out. Police say there's an underground exotic animal circuit.
this is real?
This is real. So they think they've uncovered like some of the important elements to trying to like figure out this whole exotic cat ring thing. Although they're bears too. Like they said, a couple of cubs went missing sometime.
I
was
just about to say that. Is it a bear leading this charge and the bear named Bury It? Underground.
There's always a bear involved, man.
Bury It to me.
By the way,
that'd be crazy.
Got some friends with the place down in Florida, Miramar Beach.
And they got a tiger.
No, their ring camera picked up a bear.
At the beach?
In their gated neighborhood in Florida. A bear.
Oh, yeah, they have bears in Florida.
Do they?
Yeah. Pensacola Beach, they've got like this little wildlife area. No, it's just like the area where nobody was allowed to build or kind of take over. They have bears in there.
Well, this bear had private beach access.
There you go.
Right down the street from Pompano Joe's.
Oh, this is one of the bears Coach Mack was talking about then because he eating good. He raised up on them two
that's
legs.
close to where y'all were staying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
hey,
the bear could have come up to the van while y'all were broadcasting.
Oh, that now you talking about would have been wild. If you ever see me and a bear, help the bear. How about that? Help the bear.
And here's another one while we're on it. A Super Lotto Plus ticket worth $26 million sold at a Norwalk gas station last year appears to have gone unclaimed after expiring yesterday. The day after a woman reportedly went to the gas station where it was sold and claimed she accidentally destroyed the ticket in a load of laundry.
That would be me. That would be me.
Wait,
I always forget to check.
What? Hold on. What? A lottery ticket was sold?
$26 million. She washed it in the washing machine, and now can't collect the $26 million.
But they got proof of her buying the ticket. We're going to the big court about this one. We taking this all the way to the Supreme, baby.
If that was you?
We got to take this all the way to the Supreme. This ain't nothing civil. This ain't nothing local. Ain't nothing like this going to the Supreme Court.
She had 5 p.m. yesterday deadline.
Million?
Yesterday at 5 p.m. was the deadline. And she ruined the ticket in the washing machine.
Now, I'm going to be honest, man. They got to do something about that because you know where that can go? Somebody tell you got a ticket worth $26 million and then by 5 o'clock it's 5:01, you can't get the ticket. Hey, man, you got to be on watch. They got to be watching me round the clock, man, because I'm going to lose it. Put me in a straitjacket in a padded room because it's over for me. I'm telling you, hey, don't laugh, Babs. This is serious. $26 million.
Here's what I would do. I would channel my inner Babs. And she's like super organized over here, except for like our weekly guest schedule she can't figure out.
I can't figure that out. But, yeah.
I would laminate the thing. First minute, I knew I won. I'm laminating that thing.
No doubt.
Yeah. 20s.
And then I'm going to buy a gun safe. You know, the kind with the big old dial thing you got to crank?
Yeah.
Put it in there.
Yes, I'm going to put it in there.
Like, was that the tiger? I thought that was India. Wait a minute.
And then I'm going to dig a hole in my garage. Like, use one of those things. Go through the floor. Yeah. And I'm going to put that safe in the ground and cover it up. And then figure out what I'm going to do with it. Because I'm going to turn it in. But you need to get some solid financial advice.
Hey, man.
Because everybody's going to come after you.
26 million.
Relatives you didn't know you had.
Oh, yeah.
All 13 brothers and sisters.
Ooh.
Everybody.
I'm gonna give them. I'll get them. I'll get them $1 million each. I'm gonna get them $500,000 each, and then put the other half in some kind of stocks for them.
Now we got to have fun with some of it.
Oh no, we're gonna have a ball with some of it.
Yeah.
About $2 million just going down the drain.
Yeah.
Yeah, $2 million. Yeah.
All right.
Then I'm gonna rescue all the homeless.
So hopefully that woman figures everything out. But that's scary. If you win the lottery, just be careful. Don't do the watch.
$26 million, boy.
Check your pocket.
So, but before you can't just leave that story like that, Brent. What happens to the $26 million?
State keeps it, man.
Oh no, yeah,
goes in the fund.
It goes to education.
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I bet.
Straight jacket in a padded room, huh?
Man, put me in there. Put me in there. I'll be just like the Joker, boy. I'll be just like the Joker. Just like him. All the way in character too.
Oh my gosh! All right, so the Carolina Preds series started today.
Yeah.
Started today.
Yes, it did.
Maybe not technically, but
yeah, people are looking at me like,
mentally
wait, what?
we in it. No,
did I miss something?
You did.
What
I did.
Game 1 is Monday, but the Preds Carolina series started today when Carolina Hurricanes tweeted at Preds NHL, "Congrats on having the second best barbecue in the playoff field." Now that pissed me off. I knew it would piss Slay off.
Oh my gosh, they might as well say with all due respect. And then said it, then tweeted it out.
The passive-aggressive Southern style.
Like, come on, dog. Like, man, I can't believe these people.
God
man.
love him. He's the ugliest person I've ever seen in my life.
With all due respect.
A sweet soul, though.
bless his heart.
Bless his heart.
Hey, man. Carolina, y'all in for it, boy. Ooh, y'all in for it. If y'all thought J-Mon Ramon was in for it with them Bojangles boxes.
Because, look,
only
if you
imagine.
Let's go back to you playing at Tennessee.
Yeah.
If Kentucky basketball tweeted out that we had the second best barbecue behind them, which, do they even make barbecue up there?
No,
I don't know. But you would read something like that, just like a food challenge thing, and you would be like, you would take that person.
Yeah, really, all day long. Like, listen, man. Y'all
They're
just
serving
heard Coach
barbecue here, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, we got some over there. Yeah, with the barbecue sauce, they got Alabama white sauce and everything over there. But all I'm saying is, man, like the coaches that I've played for know they would have had to put me on watch. When that team was coming in for shoot around, I'd probably be there. And I'd be saying something, or I'd just be sitting right there in the bleed. I know you ain't supposed to be there, but I would be there. Or when they went back to their bus, leaving shoot around, I'd be standing right there by the bus. Like, I would do stuff like that. Hey, man, no, man. Hey, man, leave well enough alone. And they just woke well enough up. I hope the Predators come out so physical.
Woke well enough. Hey, that is the key.
Man.
For the Preds.
Oh,
if they don't have a chance in this series.
Man, and talking to Ryan Johansson yesterday.
They're done.
Talking to Ryan Johansson yesterday, and you're right. Like, when I texted, like, hey, Joey's coming on today, and Bab's like, oh, man. Not that he's boring, but, like, he's hockey players in general.
It's hockey play. I mean,
hockey players in general
take out PK Subban.
Yeah.
And I think he probably pissed off, like, all the hockey players in his dressing room because of how he is, because he has so much personality, and he'll do a million interviews, and he's fun, and we enjoyed hearing from him. But hockey players as a whole, it was not, my comment was not a knock on Joey specifically.
No.
But I'm like, they're boring.
Right.
They're boring.
Right.
And Pekka Rinne is like one of my favorite athletes ever.
Boring.
Ever.
Boring.
Like, adore him.
Yeah.
Love him, but he's boring.
Interview,
Flat out.
boring. Flat out boring. Joey, I did not think was boring yesterday.
No, he was ready to fight, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's ready to go.
Yeah.
And that is
You can hear it in
exactly
his
where
voice.
this team has to be right now.
When
That's
he was
the scary thing.
When he was talking about how bad they were, he got fired up by his own words.
Yeah.
Like, he was getting more inflamed by his own words. Now,
He
it's-
talked about other people talking about this team and these players early and how awful. He said before the season even started, they were counting us out.
And that's the thing. That's what makes this team scary, like you were saying. Teams that can speak like he's speaking, he's speaking mostly for the locker room. Those teams that can live in that moment going into playoffs are that scary team because they playing with house money. And we're all in. All of them moving on one accord.
I think that's huge in that sport, too.
Yeah.
That back against the wall, everybody's counting us out. It's us against the world. Shout out
it's
Tupac,
huge.
me against the world.
It's huge in this series, too.
Yeah,
In
but-
this opponent.
But that's why the President's Cup winner always seems to struggle.
Yeah.
Right? And meanwhile, like, when did the Preds make that run to the Stanley Cup final? They were the 8th seed.
Yep.
And here we go.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what? Okay. Just speaking, putting the trash talk aside for a minute. Would we like to split? Would we like to split in Carolina?
Yes. Take it all
Splitting us,
day.
and we going. We can go rock with that. Mm-hmm. I don't think we're losing at home. I'm gonna be honest. Not with that stadium. Not with that arena full. Well,
it's
not full, but
the other thing.
quarters.
By the way, did you see? Like the NHL needs to get on it here. I don't know if you saw that mask mandate, all of that lifted, done in Nashville, done. Vaccinated people, CDC said vaccinated people do not have to wear a mask.
Right.
Nashville
so
Sounds,
essentially,
100%.
mask is gone.
Yep.
You don't have to wear a mask at the Sound Stadium now.
NFL, all players and personnel that have been vaccinated, no mask.
Yes. So, and this is all following the guidelines of the CDC. So if you're like crazy mask person out there, don't come at me. You go at the CDC.
Yeah.
Talk to the CDC. Don't talk to me.
Right.
But anyway, so the NHL needs to get on it here. I mean, this is where we are. And so what are we at? 12,000 fans for the Preds, I think?
Something like that.
Yes. So this is all because
13
of
maybe.
the HVAC system and how much air you can kind of circulate in and out. And that determines, that is an NHL guideline protocol for COVID in buildings, and that determines it.
What
But
better time?
now's the time.
This is it.
Look at this.
This is it.
Vaccinated people, here we go.
And you heard Joey talk about what the fans mean,
Right.
giving them that extra push. So we're not,
Especially in
we're not
that
losing at home.
building.
Yeah, we're not losing at home.
Titans rookies have rookie camp this weekend. We'll talk about that in just a second, but Eric's about to piss you off. Slay. Eric,
What's Eric got?
what's going on, man? How are you?
Hey, guys, first of all, I'm fully vaccinated and glad of it, guys. But I'm not
Congrats.
trying to piss you off, but y'all were talking about this story about Carolina firing the first shot about the barbecue deal.
Yeah.
I don't know if they got it from this, but I saw on the news last night on one of the local networks, they were talking about top 20 cities for barbecue. Did you know that neither a Tennessee or a Texas city was mentioned in that top 20 thing? They said the highest city, according to them, Nashville was 25th and Memphis was 46th.
That
The
ain't
number one
it.
city was New Orleans, Louisiana.
Oh,
7 was like
no.
Seattle, Washington.
Dude.
Miami was in the top 20. That top 20. I know this is not me, but this is some sort of deal or app or whatever it was poll, and they said some sort of guy from Texas tweeted, "Are you serious?" But not a Texas city or Tennessee city was mentioned in the top 20. I saw it on the news last night.
Yeah.
It's not for me.
No.
I agree that was stupid.
You know what it is, Eric? It's bunk.
I love it, Eric.
Every bit of it. Appreciate that,
Is
Eric,
this the
man.
one where New Orleans was in the top 10?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what he said.
Yeah,
New
it's
Orleans
okay.
was number
Travelocity.
one.
They were number one.
No, it's
Travelocity.
TripAdvisor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm looking at
TripAdvisor.
it right
That's what
now.
it was. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you, Eric.
Ridiculous.
Appreciate you, man.
All right.
Yep, an
You've got it pulled up.
analysis of TripAdvisor restaurant reviews by chefspinsel.com. Top cities for
Man,
barbecue
he
in
probably
the
ain't
U.S.
got no taste buds.
Number one is New Orleans. Now, don't get me wrong. I love New Orleans. New Orleans has phenomenal
That's a good
food.
food.
Yeah, but I'm not going
That
to
is
New
a-
Orleans for barbecue.
And that, I mean, their food
Come on.
is just next level.
Right.
It's
It is.
different.
Right.
It is.
But
Right.
not for barbecue.
Nah, come on,
And,
get out of
and
here.
your Nolans people will tell you it's not. It's not a
Man, Nolans.
barbecue city. Two of my best friends live in the heart of New Orleans. You know it's not barbecue. So yeah, New Orleans was number one. Oklahoma City was number two. And here, this will make you vomit. Charlotte, North
See what I'm
Carolina.
saying? That's foolishness.
Was number
that's foolishness.
three.
Pure
See,
foolishness.
this just played right
yeah,
into the
that's pure foolishness.
Hurricanes' hands.
Yeah, it might
Yeah.
well let Stevie Wonder read a book to school kids then.
Yeah. So
That's as much sense as that make.
I guess they used restaurant reviews on it, but I mean,
Get outta here.
That's just
Get out
that's
of here.
just bunk.
Yeah, every bit of it. Like what?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Everything I just Googled and looked at had Texas first, then Tennessee, then Missouri, and that's what I'm gonna stick with. I saw three different whatever I just saw. They just lit.
List rankings.
Yeah, they just messed me up. They just discombobulated me. That's
RJ.
just-
Isn't it funny that this Carolina Hurricane tweet has just enraged the Preds fan base?
yes.
This tweet
Yes.
about barbecue.
Because that's some things that we take serious. That music, food, sports.
1, 2, 3, and you just jacked it with 2 of those.
Yeah,
We just had a
that-
caller call in and say that Slay, if the Preds win, you need to throw barbecue onto the ice.
Man, listen, man. I'll throw the barbecue on the ice and do a slip and slide on the barbecue down the ice. Straight into the goal. No netter.
When
no
the Preds,
catfish,
when the
all
goalie.
barbecue on the ice.
when
I
the
like
Preds
it.
win Game 4 in a sweep.
I'm coming down through there.
RJ and Phoenix. This show is getting more ratchet than at J. Martin and Ramon.
Yeah, we took their belt.
At J. Martin Ramon tweets them's fighting words, AJ. You'll get these mitts.
They can't, listen, we ain't doing nothing ratchet over here, man. All we doing is trash talking. And don't nobody want to do none of that with us. I'm telling you that right
It's
now.
Trash Talk Friday.
But
So
look.
the rookies are in minicamp this week. They better
Yep.
get to work because Titans need some starters out of this group.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
We're not talking about, hiking through the woods and eating some s'mores and going fishing.
No, and the good thing
Not
about
that
it,
kind of camp.
all that's out the window. Now the show improved now. All the interviews you had when you want to see football players, here we go. Show me what a football player looks like.
Yep, and you got our man Caleb on Twitter
Can't wait. Looking for the smoke.
looking for the smoke. That's right. I love it. I love it.
He'll find it too.
Man, we just retweeted a picture Mike Wilson put out. Number 4 Tennessee against number 1 Arkansas in a packed stadium. It's so beautiful. He writes.
Oh, now that's showtime right there. That is showtime. Boy, I wish I could be there for that game, man. I know that's going to be an awesome atmosphere. That's going to be rocking and rolling up there.
James Brown. Not that one, I guess.
Watch me.
I got it. There are bears near Mount St. Jolton. That's true. There has been a bear on some trail cameras up there. Hadn't heard from that bear in a while though. Need to check in with him. And GBO on Twitter. Do not laminate the lottery ticket. The heat in the process can damage the ticket. Also, I would be collecting the first week, not waiting on the deadline a year later. I think it's 180 days actually. Anyway. All right, 3HL.
26 million.
That's good to know.
Broadcasted live from Pine Creek Golf Course. Our friends at Buddy Holly Carpet One raising awareness and funds for the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. That golf tournament today was lit. We can tell because everybody came in looking for barbecue right now.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of people, as we used to say, that are lit.
Yeah.
Different kind of lit. We'll be right back. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. He's dancing. And now he's in line. He just cut a bunch of people
Oh,
to get
no,
some
he's
barbecue.
ready for barbecue.
Trying to get
That's what
another
he's
sandwich.
doing.
Kirby already had 2 sandwiches.
By the way, Tennessee and Arkansas underway. Tennessee baseball tweeting out back-to-back singles by Liam and Fergie in the bottom of the first. Spence extends his nation-leading on-base streak to 50 consecutive games.
Wow.
That's going to be a fun series all weekend long. 100% capacity in Knoxville for number 1 Arkansas, number 4 Tennessee. Vanderbilt down at Ole Miss. Broadcasting live and honored to be broadcasting live at Pine Creek Golf Course as our friends at Buddy Allen Carpet One help raise awareness and funds for a great organization, Tunnel to Towers Foundation. We're going to learn more about them right now as Tom McDonough with Tunnel to Towers joins us now at the table. Tom, how are you, man?
I'm doing well. Thank you, Brent, Ron, and Dawn for having me on today.
I love it. We're honored to be able to be some sort of voice for you guys. And for people that don't know, if you want to explain what you guys do and what your goal is, people are about to be fascinated. Go ahead.
Sure. Well, first off, I'd like to start off with Stephen Siller's story.
Yes.
On September 11th, 2001, Stephen Siller, New York City firefighter, was finishing his night shift at Squad 1 in Park Slope, Brooklyn. Squad 1 is an elite firefighting unit for the FDNY. He was on his way home to playing a golf outing with his 3 brothers when he heard on his scanner that a plane had hit the World Trade Center. Steve called his wife, Sally, asked her to call his brothers that he would catch up with them later, turned his car around, and went back to his firehouse. The firehouse was empty. They had already responded to the crash. So Steve grabbed all his gear, put it in his truck, and drove to the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel. The Brooklyn Battery Tunnel connects Brooklyn to Lower Manhattan. The tunnel into Manhattan was closed for security purposes already. So Steve left his truck, grabbed all his gear, 60 pounds, and started to run 1.7 miles through the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel. These turned out to be his final footsteps. He left behind a wife and 5 young children, but he took part in a rescue effort that saved thousands and thousands of people's lives that day. His family, to honor his sacrifice and to always remember, September 11th started the Stephen Siller Tunnel to Towers Foundation. One of the first things they did after September 11th was to start a run following his footsteps through the tunnel. In 2002, we had about 1,500 runners take part in it. In 2019, we had over 30,000 runners take part. It's an absolutely tremendous event. If people get a chance, come up to New York for that. We're going to be having it again this year. It was canceled last year because of the virus. In addition to that, our focus is always to remember 9/11 and to support catastrophically injured veterans, fallen first responders, and Gold Star families. To date, we've actually completed 10 homes for those people in those categories in the state of Tennessee. We've done hundreds already. We're committed to doing 120 for this year, just so that your audience knows. Tennessee is a great area for Tunnel to Towers. We're very, very proud to be partnering with many groups here, like Buddy Allen, carpet1.com, where you can go to that to donate directly to Tunnel to Towers as well.
You obviously, through this foundation, spend time with the family members that lose their loved ones. What stands out to you? What can you share with us? I don't know if joy is the right word, they get out of the help that you guys provide, but also just their plight and what they're going through.
Sure. So obviously, they've had tremendous losses, and we're not naive. We're not solving their greatest problems. Our goal is to go in and maybe take one major problem off their plate. And housing is incredibly important. People who lose a spouse or a parent, they're often worried about where they're going to live. And that's something we want to take off their plate, and then they can continue living where they are. we're not solving all their problems. We're just trying to help economically in a certain specific area.
Well, and I love that this is a family kind of organization. There's not a highly paid CEO involved. Reading through the paperwork on that, it's important for you guys to give almost everything back.
Absolutely. We're Charity Navigator is an organization that provides a rating to not-for-profit groups. We have a 4-star rating. That's their highest rating. Our program service ratio, which tells you the amount of money that goes back into our programs, is 93.1. That means over 93 cents of every dollar goes directly back into our programs. We're very, very proud of that. We are as efficient as we can. And just getting back to our CEO, Frank Silla, he is a completely unpaid volunteer.
Wow.
And additionally, I just want to point out, he's going to be doing the Never Forget Walk. It's going to be beginning on August 1st. He's going to be walking from the Pentagon to Shanksville, Pennsylvania, and then to the World Trade Center site. And he's going to be arriving in New York on September 11th. So that's going to be followed, and we're really proud that he's doing that. Frank Silla is also an unpaid CEO.
That's big time, man. I don't have no question for you. I just want to say continue having an impact. That's great. Anybody you come in contact with, the things you're doing for families, that's what's needed, not only here, but in the world. And that's a great way to remember this, man. That's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tom. Appreciate it. Tom McDonough, Tunnel to Towers, wraps today's 3HL, the recorded edition, coming up next. Stay tuned. But from all of us to all of you, BuddyAllenCarpet1.com, that's the website. Click on the link and help donate. You're helping a lot of people. Have a great weekend. 3HL, out.